minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women share to be bold and take risks. The talks. Women say what they feel and mean what
A moment there.
I think it was a really long
Believing
week
your
this week.
power, so much power. Yeah. The talks where women share.
What's going on, everybody? Yours truly, Takara Nicole, aka the Identity Architect, coming with ya, coming at ya. If you were watching us live or on the replay, hey, hey, hey! We are so excited to be here. Look, we got the crew, we got the queens of Vault Talks in the building. We got Sharika all the way from Jamaica. Hey! We got the growth spurt from Omaha, Nebraska in his house. Woo woo! Listen, so if you guys have not been watching us this month, we have been on a roll. We have, we didn't mean to plan this, but it just came about. And it's really going to be super dope in June. So it's the Rock Your Body movement. Yes. So shout out to our other co-hosts. We got Jennifer Sanchez. We got Rika Wright. We got Shanice Gibbs. The crew came up with this amazing, amazing movement that was totally impromptu based on the pearls of wisdom, aka coming from the one and only Jennifer. And she dropped it and she was talking about health. And we're like, okay, let's do something with that. Perfect. That works. And so literally the Rock Your Body Challenge is going to start June 1. So go ahead and plan to go over to whoever house for the holiday and eat your hot links, your turkey links, your whatever links and all them other stuff you ain't supposed to have. Because June 1 is on and we getting ready to rock your body. So what is the Rock Your Body movement? So glad that you asked. Basically, we getting our bodies in shape. And so if you watched us last week, we had Natasha Buffalo on. Super dope woman, not because she's from Chicago, but just saying. But she's super dope in her journey and her story and how she lost weight and how she's teaching other women on how to do the same thing. It's just by chance that we have another woman in the building whose name is Natasha Shavonne, aka the Weight Snatcher. She is going to get your life together, ladies out here. And it's her birthday, y'all. So make sure you guys celebrate her when she comes on to the platform and give her some love in the chat. So the Rock Your Body movement, stay tuned. We're going to create a private Facebook group for this. Natasha Shavonne, aka the Weight Snatcher, and Natasha Buffalo. They're going to be the trainers in there dropping nuggets. We're going to be in there giving inspiration, posting updates. What y'all don't know, let me tell y'all, because she's going to kill me once I drop this. Sharika is a beast in the gym. She be posting pictures on her social media page. She be outside working out in the hot sun. The Jamaican sun be hitting her, beating on her, and she still be killing the weight. So, look, she fit. So, this whole Rock Your Body Challenge, hey, she don't really have to be a part of it. She's just being a part of it because Vault Talks is near to her heart. But, look, we're going to be able to post pictures and things of that nature. So, stay tuned for promo. That's going to be coming out very, very soon in order for you to be a part of the group. Sharika, what's one thing that you want to celebrate? A win that's happened in your life this week. What's one thing you want to mention and share with the ladies?
Okay. So a couple of months ago, I shared my book with a lady, right? I didn't know she's a parent in my daughter's swim club. So I shared her book. She bought a copy. And I told her, when you read the book, if you like the book, I can give a free presentation to your staff. I had no idea. I didn't even know where she worked. I just know she has a job. She works somewhere. And she messaged me about 2 weeks ago and she said, uh, I read your book. I finished the book. I loved it. It was amazing. And want you to come and talk to. I want you to do a presentation to my people, um, which is this Sunday. It's gonna happen this Sunday. So this week she sent me the flyer. Right, it's a group of women judges. Takara, I'm like, psh, oh my gosh! Like it's
Wow.
like these are people who have their thing up there, people with status and thing. I'm like, wow, Sharika, judges, like really? Not that I'm saying they're not people, but
Yeah.
the ladder of society, these are top-notch people. So, and it's exactly the kind of environment that I want to get the information into. That's in
Wow.
my book. And so this week, she sent me the flyer. I was like, whoa. Because I didn't know that she was a judge. I just know that she's in the club, and I shared the book, and I told her, okay, I'll come talk about the book at,
Wow.
to your people. And yeah, a group
So
of judges.
that's huge. Thank
It
you for sharing that. And this is what we do on Ball Talks Women Share. It's definitely a platform where women can come together to learn more and share more about matters that pertain to their world, which whether it's real estate, relationships, fashion, weight, health, money, whatever. But it's all about ways for women to be empowered to and for each other. And so it's all about sisterhood. So that's super dope. Do me a favor, type in the chat, in our private chat, where people can find your book, and I'll scroll that across the screen as well. All right, Growth Spurt, what you got? Something in like 30 seconds or less, because I'm waiting to bring Natasha up. I'm looking at her back there. She ready to come on. Well, I'm ready to sing happy birthday, and let's get this party started. What you got?
A win, a win,
A win.
a win, girl. I got up this morning and I worked out. So for real, like I said, I've been struggling with this because I used to wake up every morning and work out, and it was like the perfect way to start my day. It's like getting our heart pumping and getting your, the sweat going, and then I'll go into my, meditation and stretching and journaling. And so then I'm like, you know what, Kayla, you got to get back on it. So it doesn't have to start, June 1. It doesn't have to start tomorrow. It could start now.
That's it.
That's what I did.
Hey.
So I did it.
Now that's hot. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. This happened last week, but it's still continuing to happen. So for those who ask all the time about my earrings, here in the Chicagoland area, there is a beauty supply store where people will be able to buy my earrings. So I'm super excited about that. I've been sitting on it for a long time. I'm like, because I love them so much, and I'm like, I don't want that to be my life where I'm crafting all the time. That's like my relaxation. That's my binging with Netflix and all that stuff. So, yeah. But I'm really excited about the opportunity. She's super excited about it, and so stuff like that's being able to happen. So. We never know what's getting ready to happen for us. And with that being said, I think this is a really great segue to bring Natasha up. Look, she is the weight snatcher, and she's going to tell us more about her story and her journey. She's a perfect fit for the Rock Your Body Challenge. She's a perfect fit for just empowering women to really focus on their weight loss goals and to make it a lifestyle and to really snatch that weight once and for all to the one and only. I call her the weight snatcher.
Hi, ladies.
Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Hey, Natasha.
Thank you. It is a blessing to turn 41. So, and to be in the space that I am, and just being healthy, just being lively, just living my life, just being able to do something that I never thought I would be able to do, and that was to help myself and help other people. And it's just been to be, and like I said, I'm celebrating that today. Just all the wins, and I applaud all the wins that you guys said today. So I was back here clapping at everybody, and I'm just happy to be in the vault and give y'all my story. And I'm super excited about the Rock the Body Challenge because this is actually going to be my first time in kind of a fitness group where I'm going to be like super active. Sometimes I kind of be on the sideline, watch other people, but I'm excited to kind of like come up with some different concepts, but also teach the lifestyle, teach about being consistent, because it's an everyday decision. Even with my weight loss, like every day you have to make the decision to get up. You have to make the decision to eat right. You have to make the decision to live. You have to make the decision to, not self-internalize your image, and so that's what I teach my clients every day. It's not about the weight loss, because it's an emotional ride. It's a psychological ride, even when you lose the weight, there's still things that go on after it. So I'm super excited to share this with you guys.
Man, we're excited that you're here. We're excited that we get to share your birthday with you. You could have been like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm gonna be out at the, whatever, drinking your green smoothie somewhere.
No, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm not gonna lie, and that's the reason why I teach the lifestyle, because we all, it's okay to have something once, and but you just jump back on the next day. So no green smoothies for me. I will indulge in my wine this evening. However, coming a part of this on my birthday again was just, it was all destined to happen, because I'm just like, yeah, I need to be here because I'm just celebrating everything. So it was a great invitation.
No, absolutely. No, we're excited. I mean, so I'm sure we all have questions for you. Michaela, you have one on the top of your brain you want to ask?
Well, yeah. What started your weight loss journey? How did it all start?
Okay, so it started I want to say about 5 years ago. I was kind of living this rock star life. I had gotten divorced, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna be out here. I'm outside. I mean, but I was totally unhealthy. I was drinking every day. I was smoking cigarettes. I was just trying to like just mask, the pain that I had endured. And through that, it was okay. Let's just be this outgoing person. But at the same time, I was really killing myself. And every day when I would look in the mirror, I didn't like myself, but I would go out and nobody would know that. Like, I exuded a lot of confidence, but it's times that I'm sitting in the mirror and I'm just like, I just don't like myself. And then the scale just kept going, up and up. And one day I went to a department store and I was getting dressed, and I'm just looking at myself and I said, you know what? It's time. It's time. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. And I joined my first boot camp, and I enjoyed it, and because I was around a lot of people. But also I learned that there was people like me, that we were all hurt people that needed people around us to motivate us, and the thing is, in this journey, I was too afraid to get the help that I need. I wanted to try to do it on my own. Every week I'm like, oh, I'm getting up and I'm going to the gym today. And some people just can't do that. And I just couldn't, because it was just every day. Okay, well then every day turned to every week until I walked in that boot camp. And the crazy part is that it was like 4 of my friends that we were all supposed to go sign up for this boot camp on that day. And I was the only one that showed up. So when I did that and I got around people that, like I said, was hurt like me, some women were going through breakups and they're just like, I just need a lifestyle change. There was some women that just had been obese all their lives and they was fighting diabetes and all different types of illnesses due to weight. And we was just sick and tired. And so we became like this support system to each other, where we looked forward to seeing each other every day. And then people were like, hey, well, where you at? And then, we started connecting and holding people accountable. And from there, it just, I started on my journey. And then the gym owner saw that like I was like this leader, because I'll be like, come on, girl, you could do another push-up, or we're gonna do it together. And and I was just encouraging people, because I was trying to encourage myself, and keep myself motivated. But the gym owner saw that, and he would pick me out and be like, you need to run an extra a mile or something like that. He would, but when he came to me and approached me and said, do you know that you got something special about you? And I said, well, what is that? He said, you can motivate people. Have you ever thought about instructing classes and, really, being who I think you should be? And I said, well, no, I don't know what I'm doing. He said, well, you ain't got to know. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And from there, a cycle, I used to love the cycle. So within this lifestyle that I started just doing all types of fitness classes. Then, I started doing like step classes. I started doing cycling, which I really found a love for. And then a position opened up in this gym. And I became a cycling instructor. And then from there, people started. So now everybody's seeing the weight loss, and they're like, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? So I found myself talking about that every day, all day on Facebook, in the inboxes, DMs. How are you doing it? How are you doing? How are you doing it? So I said, well, you know what? I think this is my calling, because I like talking about it, and just telling people what I did. And it was simple, but in a way, I wanted people to know that they had a support system, and even if you had to call me and you talk about it, I was always like, hey, if you want to come to my gym, you can come to my gym, I will help you. And so from there, I went and I got certified. And from there, it was just an array of clients that was like, they saw a couple of my lives. And, my target market was women that was like literally like trying to save their lives. So if you were like pre-diabetic or diabetic, if you was just, just from anything, and I like that, because I felt like that was going to be my story, that if you got off that medication because of my motivation to you, that just gave me every gift that I was looking for to validate why I got into this field. So that's kind of what I did. And I had clients, and I was having more live, and they was just showing out. And the one thing that I always tell my clients on my first consultation is, change your mind and your body will follow. And it is motto that's in my salon right now. Is the model that I use for myself. I use it for my children. And to hear my clients come back to me and say, Natasha, I always hear that in my head. Change your mind and your body will follow. And it's the truth, because our brain operates everything. So if your brain gonna tell you to get up and go work out, it's gonna tell you to go. And that's where that, kind of came from. So that was just life-changing when I heard it come back to me. That's what they hear in their head, that I've like literally motivated them to change your mind and your body will follow. So that's kind of where that lies now and currently. And so in January, I decided to get into body contouring, which is pretty big now around, because I went into a little depression against myself. So sometimes, like I tell everybody, this is an emotional roller coaster, because sometimes I go into a department store or like any store, and I go straight to the plus size section, but I'm not plus size anymore. And it's crazy, because that's the way I kind of still see myself. And it's just like, I just go there, and then I'm like, oh, why am I all over here? Because that's the way I still kind of, portray myself. So, and I'll give a story. Like last year, I was going through a little bit of body shaming, and I'm like, oh, I have this pooch, and, I just want to go get surgery. Everybody's getting surgery. I just want to go get surgery. And I went and I did a deposit on the surgery. And then I said, no, you know what, Natasha, there's other ways that you can do it. But I need to still be the example for everybody else. So I ended up started doing body contouring, which is non-invasive fat reduction services through cavitation and like laser lipo pads and things like that. And it's definitely the most is effective and it's safe. That's one. Also two, which is super huge. The weight snatcher came through, meeting Miss Takara, which is awesome, and what she does, and pulled that out of me, and that's where the name the weight snatcher came, because when I said, what can I represent? Like, what does my brand represent? What am I doing for people? And basically, I'm snatching the weight off your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because when I'm training, I'm talking to you and we're talking about everything. I feel like I'm a therapist. I'm not only, you're just there not to just, work out, but I'm really there to like really get your lifestyle going, to listen to what you're going through, to try to alter, when we're okay. So what's your pain point? What's your triggers? What makes you depressed? What makes you have an eating disorder? I'm an emotional eater. That's what I've always been taught to do. And a lot of times that's what we are taught to do. And I talk to a lot of women that, when you're on your menstrual cycle, oh, I want chocolate. Everybody say they want chocolate because that's that's what we're trained to do. Or, when and it's just different things that we go through that we are trained to be kind of like emotional eaters, and I was one. So through my own journey and talking about myself in the first person has helped so many women, just zone into that. And when you get there, because again, I get there sometimes too, when I'm just like, you know what, I'm angry. I just want a piece of chicken, like, fried piece of chicken from KFC. I want a big breast, and I want some big old wedge fries, because, and that's gonna make me happy for the moment. But you gotta kind of, bring yourself back in and realize that that's an emotional part, and not that
Right.
you're enjoying it for the moment and then you
Yeah.
put it down. And also too, I try to teach people, like, I'm not perfect every single day. I'm not,
Right.
because it's not realistic. Realistic is, what, you learn your lifestyle, you eat good for the most part, and then guess what, on the weekend, if you want to have a piece of cake, have a piece of cake. But the next day you pick right back up, you get back to your gym, you work it off, you drink
Man,
your water. You understand the science of food. That's a
that part.
huge factor
Stop.
that people
Stop.
don't understand.
Stop. Stop. That part right
It's a,
there. Let
yeah,
me tell you, working with her blew my mind, because y'all know she knows her stuff. You could tell she knows her stuff, right? But you said something, and I had to quote this. And Sharika, I want you to chime in on this, because this is you all day. Basically, when you said talking to your mind, and how to really reset and recalibrate your mind, like what does that look like? And Sharika, as the mindset strategist, how can you relate to what she said? Because I know your baby leap when she talked about that part right there. I already know. I know you. We can't hear you, love.
Yes, so happy birthday, Natasha. And I just want to say, I love the fact that you said mind, body, and spirit. Because there is no one without the other. You can't get the whole thing right unless you get everything right, right? So I love the fact that you said that. But resetting the mind, right? It's a constant process. You don't just do it today and tomorrow you are good, right? It doesn't work that way. And I also like the fact that you said we are not perfect, right? You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm a mind reset strategist, but that don't mean that my mind has been completely reset, right? I have to do it on a daily basis. I have to get up every single morning and I have to choose the thoughts that I want to have, right?
Mhm.
I have to choose the people that I want to listen to. I have to choose the places that I want to go to. I have to choose the news article. I've had people send me stuff and I say, okay, I don't want to see that. Don't send me any more of that stuff. I just don't want to see it, right? I've had people come to me and say, oh, this and this is happening. Don't you see that on social media? I'm like, no, those things are not on my feed, right? The things that are on my feed are the things that are going to nourish my mind, body, and spirit. So it's a daily process, right? Every single one of us on this screen, we have to get up daily and say, okay, this is who I am today. And I know I have a segment coming up, and if I keep talking, I'm going to dive into that a bit. So
Okay. All right, you're gonna stop there. So, right, that's a really great place to pause. We're gonna take a commercial, and we're gonna come back with more with the Weight Watcher. Definitely not the Weight Snatcher. Hold on, we'll be right back. What am I thinking about? So that is a little bit about our retreat that we have coming up with the Office Authority in my business called the Office Authority Retreat, July 14th through July 17th in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about 35 minutes to 45 minutes, something like that, away from Chicago. And so if you are interested in having a moment with not only myself, but my colleague, her name is Kay Monique, you want to write that book, come out and join us as we will be on the farm, we'll be on the beach, we'll be at a winery. And that's all I'm telling y'all. That's all y'all get. So head to the link. I will have it scrolling later on, but let's have more with the Weight Snatcher. So, Tarika, you were talking about mindset and how I know that made your baby leap when she was talking about changing your mind to adapt to these new habits. And Natasha, you said something, and I'm sure Michaela, you picked it up too, was just the whole habits part. I think that's the part where a lot of us be like, we good for 5.5 days, but going into day 6, we like, I'm tired. You know, we try to come up with all these excuses of why not to do what we set out to do, which was to change our body, you know, mind, body, soul, like you said. But a lot of times we're not thinking of it from that standpoint. We're like, I gotta give up this. I gotta relinquish this. And, you know, and you said something very key. And thanks for being transparent about, you know, body shaming. A lot of us don't call it that, but we do it. We talk about, oh, I'm fat. And, you know, this stomach look like I got 5,000 dumps in the truck. You know, all these things that we say about our body and not realize that we are indeed body shaming. And so, help us to create, more conducive habits to actually change, to see the vision that we see for ourselves when we say we want to lose this weight and we want to be on that journey. Like Michaela, she's like, I got up this morning, I worked out, and to celebrate that, because everyone says it takes 21 days to create a habit, but 90 days to something, something, something. And that look, you can tell how motivated I am. Something. Give me the 21 days. Let me work that before we talk about 90.
Yeah, right. And I think that's my perspective. Sometimes we can look too far in the future, which allows us to sabotage ourselves, And I like what Michaela said was, it wasn't next week. It's not Monday. It's not when my birthday gets here. It's not. It's now. So you have to get up. And again, congratulating you, Michaela, for saying, you know what, it wasn't. You know what, tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna just do it Monday. Because Monday will keep coming. You said now, and that is the right mindset. And also, too, I tell my clients, congratulate yourself today, and you get up and you do it again the next day. And it's a day by day decision. Don't think too far. Some people think, oh, my birthday in 3 months, and I'm just like, don't think about that. Think about what you did today, and then we'll get to tomorrow and the next day, and you will find that. And I can tell my clients, give me 30 days to work with you, and you be straight as a board, and I promise you, it will be the most life-changing thing that you'll do. So, Michaela, congratulations to you. You get up tomorrow, you do the same exact thing, and then you congratulate yourself. And I promise you that if you give yourself 30 days of commitment, it will be all worth it. I promise you. But I also wanted to say that what Takara was going with, I might do it for 6 days and stop. The one thing that saved me from that, I actually had to hire a personal trainer. Someone, and people talk about it and say, oh my God, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. But you're saving your life, and we blow money on everything else. But the money that I spent on that trainer telling me, Natasha, he will call me at 5:30 because he knew I told him I'm not a morning person, but that was the only slot that he had. And he will call me and he'll be like, you up, you up, you up. And I'm like, I'm up, And I did that. And because I put my money behind it, I said, you know what, I ain't gonna waste my money. Let me go on and get up. It was days that I laid there to the last 30 seconds that I knew I was gonna be late. And then when I got there, oh, I was wide open. And then you know what? You pat yourself on the back and you say, oh my God, I'm so thankful I got up and I got this out the way. And I tell everybody, it's the best investment, especially if and I'm not saying you lying to yourself, but guess what? It sounds real good, but are we going to be able to do it? Some people are able to do that. And I commend people that just say, you know what? They was able to just go every day and go to the gym alone. But that wasn't me. I needed someone there that held me accountable, that checked on my what I was eating. They was monitoring my weight. So therefore, every week I know I had to weigh in. So it was like, oh no, I gotta make sure this 2 pounds go off, And I just encourage anyone that if you know where you want to go and you doubt yourself, get you an accountability either partner or get you a personal trainer that and I would say a wellness coach, because that's what we are. It's not a personal trainer, because I don't really like to use that word. I like to say a lifestyle coach, because I'm coaching you along the way, to get where you have to go, because I'm on the sidelines. I'm cheering for you. And now what happened to me, I do to my clients. I call them, hey, what's up? What, you gonna be there? We need to confirm, and let them know that it's not just a job for me, but I care about, what your results are gonna be at the end, and we're gonna reach the goal that you paid me for. But like I said, it's a love for it, and I encourage everybody, get a personal trainer if you can't do it yourself. It's the most gratifying funds that you will put, into yourself.
Woo-wee. That's good. What you got, Michaela?
I just like the part where you said, money. A lot of people say that as far as when you talk about putting money in yourself, but you have to. I mean, I look at it in investing in myself.
That's right.
You know how much money I've invested in myself these past couple of years? OMG. Wow. But I'm worth it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as, all the others, how much it is, all of that. I look at the end result. And also too, for me, I have to do baby steps. You know what I mean? You can't do everything all at once. Don't try and work out every day, eat healthy, don't do this and that. Like you're gonna go into overload and then you ain't gonna do nothing.
Absolutely.
So, do a little baby steps. And one of the things I like to tell a lot of people when they start on they weight loss journey, because I lost 50 pounds a couple of years ago and I added a couple more back, but I know what to do still. But one of the things I would tell them is that first of all, sugary drinks and condiments. OMG, you know how much calories is in that stuff on top of what you're already eating? Like if you just take those two things away, period. Just do that. Just drink water instead of sugary drinks and take away all your barbecue sauces and your ketchup and all those ranch sauces. Like, take them all away. Like, for real. You could use some seasonings and stuff. I mean, just take them away.
Yeah. I totally agree, Michaela. That is, people don't understand that sugar drives so much, and it definitely drives fat and cancer and diabetes and everything else. So, like you said, that is a number one, sugars, and a number two is carbohydrates. They are the a number one that keeps, that weight on you. They bloat you, and if you take those two out, carbohydrates and sugar, I mean, you can drop weight easily. Just you can drop a smooth 15 pounds like just like that without doing anything. And that's why I was saying earlier is that in the fitness world, there's the 80-20 rule. It's the 80% that's food, and there's the 20% that's working out. So, like you said, Michaela, I tell my clients as well, it is baby steps because you got to get one right. Because you could come to the gym 5 days a week, and if your diet ain't right, then guess what? You wasted your time. So, when I start with my clients, I always tell them, I say, we do a consultation about 2 weeks before their start date. And that's why I want them to start with the food. Start tapping into learning how to eat, learning how to prep for it, understanding what you're eating. Like you said, condiments, because people will think that you got a salad and throw a bunch of ranch up there. And it's like, you killed the healthiness of the salad because of all the sugar in the ranch. But what I've learned also through my journey, I was big on keto. Actually, still they call it lazy keto because I don't follow it as closely as I used to. But what I like about keto is that it does take out carbohydrates and it takes out sugars, but you also can find replacements for things like that. And this is just a jewel for your condiment people out there because I am a condiment girl. G Hughes, he's a Black young guy. He has his own line of sugar-free ketchups, barbecue sauces, marinades, and that was like the best thing that I could have found. And you can find his products in Walmart and on Amazon. So if you guys looking to cut your sugars but you want to enjoy your condiments, he has an amazing line of sugar-free products. But also too with sugar-free, I tell people you have to watch the back of your labels as well. And I know people get a little bit scared of that because people don't want a calorie count. They'll tell you, I don't want a calorie count and I don't want to read the back of labels, but you have to because sugar is hidden, carbohydrates is hidden, and processed foods, and it's all in processed foods, So and that's another thing that I also teach. Like I said, for those 2 weeks, like we're really tapping into what food looks like because a lot of people have told me, Natasha, people tell me, hey, go on a low carb diet, but I don't know what low carb is. But you know what? That was the same thing with me. I didn't know really what low carb was. All I know was that I eat bread. That's what they tell you. Don't eat bread. Don't eat rice and
And
don't eat
pasta.
pasta.
Right.
Right. But
All the good
there's
stuff.
carbohydrates and a lot of different stuff, besides from the pasta and the rice and all of that. So, like I said, I do pride myself in that because I really try to teach, and so people can move forward. Pinterest is another jewel. Pinterest is a great uh place to go if you just don't know what to eat, and you can type in like low carb, no sugar recipes, and I was able to find those because when you first start, I think in everybody's mind, like you said, Michaela, is that you got to eat strict and you just got to have this dry piece of chicken and these dry vegetables, and you're going to get tired of that. Look, you're going to get tired of that, period. You're going to get tired of that. So you have to find ways to enjoy the foods that you loved, but you have to flip them. And I'll give you guys one favorite food of mine. I like mashed potatoes, but I learned how to remix them with cauliflower. So I made cauliflower mashed potatoes. I still load them with cheese. And some people say cheese is bad, but I'm not giving up cheese. I'm sorry. That's just one of my pet peeves. I love cheese. And I put little bacon bits, and I put sour cream is low carb. People don't know that as well. And I have my loaded mashed potatoes, but they're cauliflower. And that's just one recipe that's like, one of my favorites. And I feel like you don't have to take all of the fun out of food to be healthy. You just have to you just have to find what you like. And one thing that I do with my clients is I tell them what are the things that you absolutely have to have. Like, if you bread, if it's French fries, if it's ice cream, and then I take that list and I remix it with here's the options that you have that will satisfy the bad stuff that you want. And that works with my clients like Natasha. Oh my God. Like that was like, people didn't realize that sugar-free Jello was good. And and I'm like, yeah, if you want a snack and you need sugar, get sugar-free Jello. I didn't even know it was that good. It don't taste like it don't even have sugar to me. It's little things like that we can do to maintain the lifestyle, but still feel like you're not taking every single thing away, because that's just sabotage at the end of the day to think that anybody just lives on a dry piece of chicken, a dry piece of fish, and some broccoli that is just hard as a rock and don't have no seasonings. And I'm a person, I use seasoning. Season your food is okay, but like Michaela said, it's the sugars, and then I said it's the carbohydrates, and you will never go wrong from there. And I tell you, that's where my weight never went back up, because I learned that science. Take the sugars and the carbohydrates out, and from there, now you get the balance, and then you can get into it very deeply about protein. Oh, that's another thing I do want to say. Protein is number one as well. So
Wow.
ladies, make sure you get your protein, and that is so important. Vitamin D is so important in weight loss, and as women we lack that each and every year we get older. So increasing vitamin D is a huge factor in weight loss. Also, sleep is another huge factor. That if you're not sleeping and that mind and that body's not resting, your body will just shut it down. It will not budge at all. So those are some jewels that I'm giving you guys out there that
Listen.
you guys can use because it was just, people just don't know. And I'm thankful that I can call myself kind of like this scientist, because I really enjoy like researching food, but I also enjoy remixing it as well, because I'm a foodie. I like to eat.
Well, we're thankful you gave us ways on how to enjoy our food. Like, that's amazing. And for those of you who are watching this either live or on the replay, listen, this is more than enough of oomph and a push of why you need to join the Rock Your Body Challenge. We will be posting the group. She will be one of the people posting in there as well, along with Natasha Buffalo. And so before we go any further, let's go ahead and segue before we wrap up our show. This hour goes by so quick. Let's go to Sharika. She has her segment called Being an Inspiration with Sharika Swaggy.
Woo woo. Woo woo. All right. So I want to share something quickly before I go into my being an inspiration, right? So my favorite little thing that I like to eat with my vegetable is chicken breasts, cut small, broccoli and cauliflower with a little bit of garlic butter, and you're done. Super, super nice. And for my weight loss journey, what I did was I did intermittent fasting a lot. I did a 5-day water fast, and then I cut bread, sugar, rice, everything baked, and everything sweet. And I just drank water, eat sweet potatoes and stuff like that. And before I know it, I had to come off that diet because I was too skinny. And I didn't even realize that I had lost all that weight. So I had to cut the diet and I wasn't exercising. I did that with no exercise. Like I dropped probably 20 pounds, and people were seeing me and were like, what are you doing? And when I would share what I was doing, I don't know if any one of those people tried what I did because it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of commitment. Anyways, just wanted to share that. Okay, being an inspiration. So, a couple of days ago, I was having a rough morning. Well, my morning started out good, but then I allowed somebody else to get into my space. So, I was having a rough morning, and I have this friend who is an author, and we were talking. And I was telling him about my morning, and he was like, remember, you are now an inspiration to others, but don't forget, you must also be it for yourself. So be who I am being to others, be that person for myself. So we get up every single day, right? We go about our daily lives completely unaware that somewhere somebody is looking on us and using us as the benchmark, using us as the example, using us as the starting point. We don't know because we don't get up and intentionally go out there to be an inspiration, but you are, because somewhere somebody is seeing you. Sometimes it's just one person, and that one person is seeing you as a starting point for themselves. They're seeing you, and maybe they've known you their whole lives, right? And they get up and they say, oh my gosh, look at Sharika and look where she is coming from. Remember, you didn't wake up and go out there to be an inspiration, but that's who you are. Every single one of us, we wake up every morning and we step out there and we are an inspiration to somebody. Somebody's looking at the way you dress and saying, wow, I want to dress like that. They're looking at the way you speak and saying, I want to be able to speak like that. They're looking at the way you treat others and say, this is how I want to treat others, or this is how I want other people to treat me. So, with this in mind, before you go out in the mornings, even though you're not intentionally going out there to be an inspiration, right? How about you set yourself up? Be your own superhero, right? Fill your cup in the mornings when you wake up. Wake up a little bit earlier than the rest of your household if you need to, right? And pray, meditate, watch yourself, look over your yesterday. What were some of the things that you said yesterday that you could have said differently? What is something that you did yesterday that you could have done differently? Did you exercise? Did you do your morning reading? Right? Were you nice to the people that you interacted with the day before? Because somebody is looking, right? And you are going to be the example that they're seeing. And who knows, this person who is looking at you may be at a delicate stage of their development. And it just might be that crossing paths with you is gonna be the decision whether they go up the road or down the road. We don't understand how powerful we are as human beings. We don't understand the impact that we have on other people. Unintentionally, unintentionally, unintentionally. I have to repeat that because sometimes we don't do it on purpose, right? People are just copying you. People need inspiration. People need a path to follow. People need an example. And your life every day should be an example, not because somebody is looking at you, but you want to get up and say, today I'm going to be a good person. Not because someone is looking, but because it's also going to make you and you feel good. Just imagine how you would feel if you make somebody smile, or when you make somebody smile. When you pass somebody on the street and their hairstyle is looking good, and instead of grudging that person or cutting your eye or something, you say, wow, I love your hair today, your outfit looks nice today, right? What if you can be that inspiration for somebody? But before you can be that inspiration, you need to be that for yourself. So get your head right, right? Choose your thoughts, exercise, read, meditate, get to know yourself, watch yourself, watch your responses, watch your delivery. Be your own inspiration. Takara, that's it for me.
Woo! Talking about that's it for me. Listen, she took that home. Thank you so much. You know, you said a lot, and I'm not even gonna try to recap what you said. But you said a lot, and it really ties into what we're talking about of rocking your body and owning who you are and understanding the power of your yes and your choices and your decisions, not just for weight loss, but for anything that we want to do in our lives. And so, Natasha, where can we find you besides the Rock Your Body Challenge that starts June 1st? Look out for the private Facebook group, y'all. She gonna be in it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We're gonna work hard and we're gonna set some goals, and you guys we're gonna all be accountability partners. So I'm super excited about that. You guys can find me on Instagram, her_legacy_body sculpting NC.com, Facebook, her legacy body sculpting LLC. There I post, and my personal page is Natasha Shavonne. That's on Instagram and Facebook, and just follow me there, you guys. On my personal page, you'll see a lot of my weight loss journey and before and afters and things like that. Her legacy body sculpting goes around my body sculpting business and my weight snatcher formulation product line, which I'm super excited to share with the group. And it's all me, all distributed by me, all made by me. Miss Black Superpowers, superhero over here. So I'm super excited about that. So I'll share more about that in the Rock the Body group. But yep, that's how you'll find me.
Woo! Happy birthday again. Thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. Michaela, 30 seconds or less. What you got to wrap us up for tonight's show?
One day at a time, y'all. Just take it one day at a time. One day at a time.
Woo! Say it one more time, girl.
One day at a time.
Woo! Yes! I felt that one day at a time. You came in and gave us that look. Okay. All right, we ready? Okay, Sharika, what we got? 30 seconds or less.
30 seconds or less. Start small.
Ooh, y'all dropping the gems with the little words, okay? All right, so let's see if we can do this, Takara. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? Do what works for you. Understand your lane. Work it, build it, own it. You ain't got to swerve in anybody else's lane that looks all good and full of gems, because it might be under construction and you don't want any parts of that right there. So do you, boo? That's all I got. You got something for Natasha? Natasha, before we end the show, 30 seconds or less, something you want to share with the people?
Change your mind and your body will follow.
Yes! Bam! Change your mind and your body will follow. Listen, y'all, this has been an amazing show. Vault Talks Women Share. We wrapping it up. But watch for the Rock Your Body Challenge. We're going to be talking about it on our IG page. If you're not following us on IG, shame on you. Shame, 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 and shame, and more shame.
Shame on you.
Follow us on IG. You'll be able to get more about the group but we're going to be creating the Facebook group. You tune into our pages. We'll have promo that'll lead you into the group. We will be doing a questionnaire, and we're doing this questionnaire to help our fitness gurus to be able to help them understand what type of people are in our group, so we can be very proactive, so we can get them muscles looking right for at least July. You know what I'm saying? Rock it real good in June, and then you can rock it real good in July. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So with that being said, Raw Talks Women Share Up. We out. We love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. And we gonna do it like this right here.
Women share to be bold and take risks. Raw Talks. Women say what they feel and mean what
A moment there.
I think it was a really long
Leaving
week
your
this week.
power, so much power. Yeah. Raw Talks where women share.
Vault.